G'day fellas, welcome to a casted game spawning in the west of the map. We've got a little bit of doubt playing the Abbasid dynasty and his opponent who spawns in over on the east of the map playing the Rus. It is the one and only Don Arty with me this afternoon, this evening, this morning, wherever you are in the world. It is Fitzbro. Fitzbro, how you doing?
Doing great this late evening for me, and excited to see this matchup. Rus and the Abbasid dynasty. I don't feel like I've seen this matchup a ton in general, and excited to see how Don Arty brings the Rus to the table here.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting. Now, I'm looking forward to it, especially because not only is this a rematch of the last game that we just watched, Fitzbro, but it is also a rematch of the round of 32 in Genesis. So for anybody who's watching this on YouTube, check the link in the description, check the pinned comment, because I'm going to be linking, in addition to Fitzbro, I'm going to also be linking to Genesis, which is the $20,000 Age of Empires 4 tournament that is happening this weekend. So make sure you check it out. There's going to be plenty of action there. Now, unfortunately, neither of these two players did get through. Don Arty did defeat Doubt 2-1, but Don Arty did go down in the final just before the main event to Lucifron. So Don now going to be looking for a little bit of revenge here, or I guess Doubt going to be looking for revenge. Who is your money on this game, Fitzbro?
Man, you know, I'm an AoE3 boy, so I think I have to put my faith in Don, and I'm watching him. Very interesting, bringing the wolves back to the town center to kill. I'm assuming those still give him that gold bounty. And I actually wanted to mention, I was casting some games of Hera yesterday, and I saw a very unique, for Hera, he decided to go straight for killing wolves with his scouts. He trained the additional scouts, and he was not going for the sheep out of the gate. He was going just for those wolves, because we know those wolves will give that additional gold bounty. And I was curious if you've seen this from other Rus players, but he was stacking gold and getting that bounty extremely quickly.
Yeah, I have actually only seen that from Hera, and he does the machine gun fire with it. Is that the same thing that you saw? Yeah. So I initially started doing this with the Rus, where I would bring them back to the town center. I found that the most viable option, but I think now that we've sort of got this machine gun meta that's happening with the scouts, it's probably quite viable to be doing that. That's where you attack move, and then you move slightly, and it cancels the animation. You can just get off a whole bunch of shots very, very quickly. But one thing to note is that Don is now going to be going up to the next age, dropping down a Kremlin here. So not the most common landmark that we do see. I'd say probably like 80% on the other one. What's it called? The gatehouse, the Great Gateway.
Yeah, it's like a market type of landmark.
Yeah.
I don't know. I see both, but maybe it's because I sometimes play more aggressive civilizations, and perhaps, you know, going against the Abbasid dynasty, who are known for, you know, going for that early aggression in the second age, since they do have access to that siege engineering right out of the gate. Perhaps that has inspired that Kremlin landmark, but hard to say.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. That's a really good point. And one of the things to note with the Kremlin, I don't know exactly how it works, but if you have 8 villages inside here, for whatever reason, they seem to bypass any ram. So even if there's a ram underneath it, they will still fire at the units behind it. So this can be really difficult to deal with. If you've put 8 villages in the Kremlin and then bring up like 10 more villages, it can almost be impossible to siege this down. Because, you know, how do you get your archers in if they're just going to keep getting taken out by the Kremlin? But we'll have to wait. We'll have to see. Because obviously Doubt playing the Abbasid, as you mentioned, he's going to have access to those rams without having siege engineering. We'll go check on his base, see what he's up to. Going to be going up now with the economic wing. How do you feel about that opening?
I was just looking at the placement of his House of Wisdom and just thinking, this is a bold place to put this. The Abbasid, you always got to be careful, because you only have 2 landmarks to snipe down. And granted, they do have a lot of HP, but I usually try to build them behind my town center if I have any options, because it only makes it easier for the opponent if they are coming into siege. But perhaps Doubt is just so confident, has no worries of the enemy being here in his base, and at the end of the day, it doesn't make a huge difference. But it's something you have to think about a little bit with the Abbasids, since you only have 2 landmarks.
Yeah, that is 100% it. Yeah, I can just imagine, you know, the late game comes, 4 bombards come walking in, and they're just going to have a great time with that. But speaking of great times, Don Arty clearing up the first hunt from Doubt right under his nose, and now moving down to the second hunt as well.
Yeah.
Got a couple wolves chasing him, already up to 305 bounty at this point. By the time he cleans up these deer, he's going to be up to 50. And then these two wolves together with the third wolf, which is right over just to the right a little bit, that's going to be sitting him at almost close to 500 bounty at the beginning of the game. We're barely 5 minutes into this, and Donnie's almost at max bounty.
I've seen high-level Roost players having no problem just so quickly getting these different bounty levels unlocked by just doing exactly this with just a handful of scouts. And it's hard to stop. I mean, it's like you could try to react and make your own scouts, try to go do it, but at the end of the day, you're still not going to get that gold that they're going to get, even if you are denying those. And right now, Don Artie is opening with a double archery range, which, of course, if Doubt scouts this, should really greatly inspire what buildings he throws down. But at the same time, I see Doubt is throwing down a second town center. Not uncommon for the Abbasid Dynasty to do this early expansion. But yeah, he will be going for 2 TCs. I can only assume a more defensive build versus, perhaps going for some kind of ram rush or something like that.
Yeah, Doubt is from the GL clan, and one of the things I know about these guys, they are boomers. They are big boomers, not just with regard to their generation, but with regard to their play style as well. Now, I just witnessed in Doubt's base, he accidentally cancelled
3 wolves.
Oh, yeah, the 3 wolves.
I'm looking at Don's base. He brought 3 wolves back and let the Kremlin kill them, and just easy gold, easy money.
Easy gold. Yeah, sitting up at 200 now, hasn't dropped a single gold mine at all. So yeah, he's having a great time, isn't he?
It's just it amazes me that the Roost can just go on about their life in the feudal age without even mining a single piece of gold, and it's crazy.
Yeah. One thing to note here is Don is actually making a little bit of a mistake, I would say. So it can be deceiving, this upgrade. So he's getting the horticulture upgrade, which says it increases the gather rate for food by 15%. But from all the testing that's been done so far, it actually only increases farming gather rate. So a little bit of a deception on the tooltip, but he could be going for survival techniques, which is not only cheaper, faster to research, and would also be buffing up all these villagers. He's got how many villagers out here? 10 villagers at the moment. And
typically, you do see Roost trying to... I see a lot of Roost players going out and just stealing these hunts, bringing them back home.
Oh, yeah.
So, unfortunately, I can only assume Don just doesn't realize what that upgrade doesn't actually do what it says it does. And I know, myself, I thought the exact same thing. Why would you know any different?
Yeah, well, the Mongols have got access to the technology despite not even being able to make farms. So it seems a little bit curious. So probably for balance reasons, it was changed at some point. But yeah, now Don going to be pushing out as well. Plenty of food stocked up for him at the moment. And dropping down that 3rd archery range, and we see just how effective he is at gathering up these resources right now. He's looking very healthy. Plenty of archers in queue. So I'm expecting that we're probably going to see him just move maybe 2 or 3 villagers over to gold, and probably going to begin looking at a bit of a ram timing now. He hasn't scouted out this second town center, I don't think. But he's about to spot it now. Yeah, he's about to spot it now. The stone... Where's the stone for Doubt? Down to the south of his base. Yeah. So, yeah, for him, it's... I would say it's pretty well protected, but now Don probably going to realize as he pushes in that second town center is there, that a ram timing is going to happen. That's what I would expect. Straight away, we see a blacksmith thrown down. Immediate response from Don Artie. Straight, the blacksmith just gets thrown down instantly. But one thing to note, no gold at the moment. So does he look to maybe drop a market? But yeah, curious.
Are there any hunts left to kill on the map here? I'm not seeing any. I guess you could go for the boar. How much bounty does that boar give?
75. It's a lot.
You could potentially go for it. Of course, it's not just easy to take down a boar.
But speaking of boar, up towards the north of the map, Don in a little bit of a bad spot, losing a pretty bad trade there. We talked about trades in the last game, but a lot of archers going down there. I don't know exactly what that had to do with boar, Drongo, but that's a really good point, though. If he takes out this boar in the middle of the map, that will not only award him bounty, but it will also give him that 75 gold. So that is quite big for him. Yeah, I would like to see that from him.
These archers are now while Doubt just had a good cleanup of Don's army. Don is moving in and just cleaning up these archers of Doubt, but he does have some horsemen, so I feel like Doubt will be okay in this engagement despite losing these archers. But Don's going to just keep kiting with these archers.
Yeah, he's doing quite well, actually. I would be quite happy in Don's position to be able to defend, get a fair bit of damage out there. And Doubt's going to be stuck in the second age. You can see that he's macroing towards that age up, but if he goes for an age up here, I do suspect he would get punished significantly from Don. Behind this, we've got the scout that's calling out and spots those archers coming in for Doubt as well. So he knows reinforcements are on the way, but only a single stable out for him. And my biggest fear is that you're going to be adding in horsemen, but you're not really going to have a significant mass of these horsemen. Now,
what a nice placement of Doubt's scout, just like seeing exactly what's coming, because that intel is very helpful for him to know that, like, okay, it's just going to be archers continue to come across the field. Perhaps he's going to commit more to the cavalry here.
Yeah, I think that would be a wise choice. Maybe dropping a second, even a third stable at this point is probably a wise choice, but now we see a blacksmith coming out for Doubt as well. So undoubtedly going to be getting that iron undermesh that you would expect to see. An archery range. Undoubtedly. Yes, I do love a little bit of undoubtedly. But now Doubt pushing out. 5 horsemen on the front line, getting picked off. The scout coming forward as well. Really nice micro there by Don. Hopefully going to be taking the brunt of that attack. But now those archers just doing their best to continue kiting back those horsemen. And you can see why just having one stable horseman really doesn't work in the early game, especially against a massive archers like this, Fitz.
And honestly, these last 2 games, just watching Don playing a different civilization, he loves mass archers quite clearly, and is demonstrating, even though the opponent does have a stable, it's just not enough to make a difference here without a lot more horsemen out on the field, and it looks like he is winning this trade at the moment.
Yeah, 16 archers for Don Artie at the moment compared to only 11 for Doubt. But keep in mind, Doubt's got reinforcements very close to his base. So he is going to have more units coming in, but still the larger mass for Don as 3 more archers continue to come in. And Don definitely happy to continue taking this fight as he picks off the majority of the archers. Don, got to be careful of that town center. That is a capital town center. It's going to hurt when it shoots those arrows. But more horsemen now beginning to mass up, but I'm very surprised to see no more stables. It actually looks like Doubt's gone for a 4th archery range here as well.
Yeah, maybe realizing that, I mean, when you're in defensive position, I think archers are generally just going to be better because you can turtle around the town center. Interesting, you know, no towers being dropped down, which maybe would drop these archers, force them back a little bit, but then also look at this, we have a battering ram coming in, so of course the tower would do nothing against that. And here we go, it's going to be easy access to the House of Wisdom that was built to the front of his base.
Yeah, so the main question for Don is going to be whether his archers are going to be able to hold down. We see another horseman coming out, but keep in mind this is a lot of resources just being invested just to be thrown away right here. A couple of volleys going into it, a few units getting off more volleys, but Don doing a great job of microing back now. And yeah, we see that battering ram. Ideally, you'd love to see a couple villagers come up and begin sieging that because it's begun.
You can do that right now.
Yeah, it's very separate.
Very villagers here they come, but yeah, you want to pull those villagers in these situations. Villagers are so effective because they do the same amount of torch damage as any other infantry. So they're going to do that torch damage against that battering ram, and of course that is a 300 wood investment for Don that he could lose about. But it looks like that battering ram is going to escape.
He's going to try to escape, but looks to have just stalled out.
Oh no, he got a flat.
Yeah, got a flat.
Man, I thought he was going to get away.
Yeah, it looks like he is going to be going the way of the Dodo. But speaking of the Dodo, take a look at this force that's pushing out now from Doubt. Doubt actually hitting the +1 timing. Compare that over to Don Artie. He's got no upgrades at all on his archers. This is bad for Don.
He's not even researching anything right now. I assumed he would be. He made a point of making that blacksmith, but yeah, no upgrades right now.
Yeah, I think this might be GG for Don. And the primary reason why is because we take a look at Don. Okay, he's sitting on 21 military population. Doubt on 30. But Doubt's been on 2 town centers this whole time. He is up on 69 economic units, Fitz. And there's one thing I know about that number.
46 of, yeah, it's going to be going well.
Yes, it is. So 46 over for Don, you reported. So yeah, Don on 46.
Look where Don is hunting. Do you see? Right by Doubt's base. He's yeah, that's an aggressive hunt position.
Yes, that is a classic Don Artie move right there. How do you even move 12 villagers out there at this point in the game, Don?
I don't, you know, especially you see so many of these Roost players go for that professional scouts, but I guess you don't need to do it if you just move your villagers across the map.
That's the real big brain move. Yeah, who needs to invest in that tank?
The difference in villagers right now, I feel like this is a ticking clock right now. And looking at the score, Doubt 2,300 versus the 1,760 of Don Artie. I think Doubt is going to start pulling ahead. And honestly, I don't know how Doubt can, how Don Artie can match this mass here over time.
Yeah, well, my main concern is that even if he's able to match the mass rather, he doesn't have the upgrades. Doubt's got the double upgrades right now. He's got the +1 armor, the +1 attack. Don doesn't have anything. So he's going to need a significant mass. 34 archers for Don, 33 for Doubt. But, you know, Don is going to have a difficult time fighting a downhill battle here, but it's going to be a proverbial uphill battle. That is for sure, because only that line of sight bonus is going to be accounting for here. He gets no other form of bonus. And Don actually doing a pretty decent job of out-microing and forcing out Doubt. So pretty well played from Don there, managing to hold on a little bit longer.
Yeah, I'm looking at the military graph right now, and right now, Doubt has killed 69 units, lost 61 units. And actually, it's very close in general, because Don Artie's killed 61 and lost 69. So it's very, very close as far as those two statistics.
Yeah, I love that these players here are somewhat seesawing as well between the middle. So, you know, it comes over to Doubt's base, and Don has to retreat, and then it goes over to Don's base. He has to retreat back over to Doubt's base. Doubt retreats, and now Doubt reaching the third age very, very shortly. Going to be going up with the military wing, and that will definitely spell the end of the game, because Doubt gets his veteran upgrade. He gets a single camel out. He gets camel support. He wins the game. That's it.
Yeah.
He's actually stacked up. Look at the resources he's got. He could go Imperial here, Fitz.
I feel like the title of this video would be "Are Archers the only unit you need in AoE 4?" Because this is now 2 games in 4 different civilizations that we've seen where they have made purely archers.
Yeah, well, I think that there's a couple of trump cards that you can play in this position. So number 1 is definitely the Mangonel. If you're able to get up to age 3, get a Mangonel out, you can turn the tide very quickly. I've played many a game where I've had a significant military advantage and the single Mangonel comes out and ruins it for me. So, yeah, I know exactly what that pain is, but...
Don aging up, though, because I feel like Don's the one who could really use that right now.
Yeah, he definitely does. He's got a couple of villagers back here on gold, rallying them out with the only town center that he's got, but it's going to be a bit slower for him. But 47...
Meanwhile, Doubt is doing the ram dance here mid-map.
Oh, he is too. Oh, damn. 42 veteran archers out now. These archers, don't they look so good when they get their veteran upgrade? They get the nice little cap on. Yeah. Extra HP, extra damage. We could see a Mangonel come out. Keep in mind, he's playing the Abbasid, so he doesn't actually need to make a siege workshop. If he wanted to, he could get a sneaky little Mangonel out on the field. I
think for these abilities, Abbasid and Mongols are S+ tier as far as the siege war plan, because the Mongols can also get that same ability by getting the advanced siege engineering by placing that blacksmith on the Ovu. And these are the only 2 civilizations that I think can do that, from my understanding. And it's just... It is, if you compare the time it takes to train siege units versus just build them with your infantry, it is crazy how much faster it is.
Yeah. And speaking of fast now, it looks like the archers of Don going to be fighting up against the archers of Doubt. Doubt sitting there with 45 veteran archers. Compare that over to Don, who's on 51. So a slight difference. But now we see Don going to have a bit of a difficult time as the camels begin to come in, providing that camel support, getting an extra +1 armor here, Fitz.
Yeah, I can't imagine Don's going to be able to hold this. And those Rams are already working on his archery range, which is going to prevent his ability to remass his army, even if he were to hold this. So I think our man Doubt here, despite my prediction of Don Artie, now Don Artie, I think, did take the previous game in this series. So a lot of back and forth between these 2 players.
Yeah, definitely a lot of back and forth. You can say they're very evenly matched. Keep in mind, in that Genesis series that they played, it went 2-1 down to the wire. And today they've been 1-1, so very, very close. I'm assuming that is that the Doubt wins this game. He's up significantly in score, up about 2.5 right now, as that third battering ram moves in towards the town center, and Don Artie calls the good game, closing this one out. Doubt is victorious. The Doubters have been washed, I guess. Cleansed, perhaps? Who knows, Fitz?
Yeah, another, I guess, an Archer showdown. Archer shootout for Doubt and Don Artie.
Indeed, indeed. It was a good game. I enjoyed this one, Fitz. And if you guys have enjoyed it on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you check out Fitzbro. I'll leave a link in the description. And most importantly, if you're done checking out Fitzbro, check out Genesis. It's happening this week, and I'll leave all the details that you need to know in the pinned comment as well as in the description. Thank you so much for watching.